Hello everyone, I'm Nizzahon, recording another Aether Revolt draft for the Aether Hub, and we have a pretty easy first pick. Let me move the camera so it's not obscuring cards. There we go. I think we have a pretty easy first pick. I think I've first picked a Yahenni's Expertise at least once before recording for the Hub, and that's definitely what I want to be taking here. This pack, if it didn't have Yahenni's Expertise, let's say it was a junk rare, what would I take out of it? Probably Airdrop Aeronauts is the next best card. Also like Bastion Inventor, Weldfast Engineer. The rest of this pack is fine, but nothing super exciting. Like, Cruel Finality, Decommission. Those are serviceable cards. But we definitely take the Expertise here. It's a very powerful card. Board Sweeper lets you cast a card for free if you have one. So that is a pretty good deal for us. Wow. Expertise into Expertise. Can I say no? The greed I feel right now. So Daring Demolition's probably the smart pick here. We're already black. We're cutting a very good black card. Chances are better that we play Yahenni's Expertise if we don't let someone get Daring Demolition. And we can kind of just assume people to our left are playing green between Malphus, Revolutionary, and Rishkar's Expertise. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I got to take the Expedition, the Demolition rather. Expertise plus Expertise would be fun. But I think this is actually just a better card most of the time. You have to really set this up more than you do the others for it to be at its best. Because the effect it has doesn't actually affect the board, unlike Yahenni's Expertise. It draws you cards equal to the creature with the greatest power, and then lets you play something for free, which is very powerful, don't get me wrong, but not quite what I'm looking for right now. So yeah, we'll take Daring Demolition. Okay, Thopter Arrest. Yeah, I'll take that. First three picks are all cards that I'm very happy to take early. Aether Chaser is very good. It's the next best card in this pack, but we'll take Thopter Arrest. See if we can go black-white here. Okay, well, I'm seeing some mixed signals. We've got Chandra's Revolution and Aether Swooper are both very good, but we're not seeing a lot of black. So even though we took that Daring Demolition away from someone, it may end up not working out for us. I will take Chandra's Revolution here, though. It's another very good removal spell. Okay. So yes, black is being completely cut to my right. We're going to take Caught in the Brights here. I do like Aether Swooper, but I like Caught in the Brights more. Not a whole lot more, though. But I already had one white card, too, that's very good. So maybe if we do end up wanting to play these two black cards, which we'd like to do, pack 2 may be the place to pick up black cards because black is so cut to our left between what I've done in the first couple picks and what my fellow drafters have done that I think there's a decent chance I see black cards in the next pack, but because nobody will have taken anything black. There's a Fenhauler here, but we'll take Gear Per Osprey. It's just a little reasonable creature. Well, their Automaton might be better. It does have the upside of being an artifact, so I could think about that. But I'm not certain I am playing red. I'm pretty sure white's open, though. Okay, Hinterland Drake. Renegade Rallier is quite good. You do have to set up Revolt, have ways of doing that for him to be worth it. But it's either Hinterland Drake or Renegade Rallier, and neither is super exciting. I think I'll take the Rallier. Has a little more upside. Okay, here I'll take Countless Gears Renegade. There's a black card here, but and maybe I should take it just so I can cut black harder. It's a perfectly playable black card. And so is Implement of Malice. So, okay, let's take the black card. Maybe trying a little too hard to cut black, but come on. When you start with Yahenni's Expertise and Daring Demolition, not being able to play black would be really sad. All right, Hidden Herbalist is a reasonable 2-drop. It's nothing ultra exciting, but it may be a good sign that green's open because it's a perfectly playable 2-drop. It also works kind of well with Renegade Rallier because if you get it back, it means you've hit Revolt, and you'll also get the Revolt trigger off of your Hidden Herbalists. Decommission's good too. I don't actually have any 2-drops at all, and I'm thinking I'm going to want them. So I think I take Hidden Herbalist over Decommission here. But yeah, black is just, we've seen very, very, very little black. Or red, for that matter. We'll take Bastion Enforcer here. Nothing very exciting, but he is a playable card. But we'll see. Like, if the black really is flowing in the next pack, we'll be pretty happy. And we can make probably black-white work just you know, in the third pack, we'll go back to taking white cards, basically, because clearly black is being drafted pretty hard. Okay, here I'll take Ally Evasion. It's a fine combat trick that has a little bit of upside with Revolt, which we've already got a couple cards with. All right, man, I'll take an aerial modification. I don't have any reason to be playing it right now, but give me 3 or 4 vehicles and I'll think about it. All right, we'll take the Elite. Nothing exciting, but I think that's a decent shot, decent sign that green's open. It's playable. It's not excellent. It's far from excellent, but it is playable, and it was around pretty late. Meanwhile, black, that was a disappointing way. Well, now there's a Midnight Entourage and a Hungry Flames. Jeez. Renegade map's also good with our guys with Revolt. Man, this is a good pack. So Midnight Entourage, Daredevil Dragster, Hungry Flames, Aether Swooper, and Renegade map are all cards I've first picked before and not felt terrible about. The strongest of them is probably Hungry Flames, followed by the Entourage, and then the Dragster. I think I take the Entourage here, and we hope black keeps going. We do already have 1 Aetherborn. Maybe we'll pick up more. So yeah, we're gonna take that and hope, which is a little dangerous, but I think it's worth it. Mechanized Production, Monstrous Onslaught. Dang. We don't have any huge creatures at this point, but it is a very strong card. But Perilous Predicament's fine, and I think taking black cards while I can should be my plan. Augmenting Automaton is too, but yeah, I think I'll take Perilous Predicament here so we can play our strong black cards. Okay. Well, maybe we'll end up losing white because we keep seeing good green cards. I mean, Dawn Feather Eagle's good. Don't get me wrong, it's very good. But we kind of need 2 drops, as I mentioned earlier. Scrounging Vandar is a great one. Druid of the Cowl's a good one. There's no black card here I really want. I think I'm just going to take the Bandar. I think it's just the best card in this pack. So, yeah, I'll take it. Okay. So we could take an Automaton or Countless Gears Renegade. Could still end up being green-white. Also Gear Prospery, who's fine. Defiant Salvager's all right, but not exciting. Yeah, I got to choose between a white and a green card here. So what are we losing if we don't... We have Thopter Arrest and Caught in the Brights, but our other white cards are not very good. We got Renegade Rallier, who's fine. Ally Evasion, that's fine. And like Gear Prosper and Countless Gears Renegade are playable, but they're not great. I don't think they're substantially better than Verdant Automaton. And I think I'll take the Automaton here because of that. Okay, we could take Implement of Improvement if we thought we were going to play white. It's not a terrible way of getting Revolt. Yeah, I guess I take Aether Herder here, which is far from exciting, but it's what I do. Oh, another Renegade Rallier and an Airdrop Aeronauts. I think I take the Airdrop Aeronauts here, and if we can, I'd like to splash Renegade Rallier, I guess. So Conviction can help us with Revolt. We'll take that. But I do think it's kind of looking like green. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do. Take Aether Inspector. Nothing great. We'll take High Spire Infusion. So we don't really want to lose black, but it has been very hard for black cards to get to us. And while we have some very, very strong ones, I think this is probably going to end up being our best option right now. Which sucks because all of our removal was in green and white, basically. I mean, in black, except for, well, I guess we have two removal spells. I'll take Reservoir Walker here. Certainly not exciting, but, you know, I'll take it. Yeah, okay. Take a black card. Take another Walker. So hopefully I don't have to play Aether Inspector. I kind of wish I'd picked up that second Renegade Rallier now, huh? What are you going to do? Yeah. A bit of a train wreck early on in this draft. We'll see if we can navigate our way out of said train wreck, or if we're going to be stuck in it. We don't have a ton of great ways. There we go. I was going to say, we don't have a ton of great ways of activating Revolt, but Implement of Improvement can do it. We basically just have Implement of Improvement, Ally, Evasion, and Conviction. I'll take another Silk Weaver. Nothing special. And ideally, I wouldn't play them at all. But we may have to because of how badly those first two packs went. Okay. So there's an Attune with Aether, which could help us splash, but unfortunately the good black cards we had are all double black. So I don't think we take it. I think we probably just take Fairgrounds Warden, which is a really good removal spell. Yep. That's what we take. Also helps that it's a creature. So we don't really want to go out of our way to like make sure Revolt works. We don't have like a bunch of things with Revolt, and ideally we're at least only going to play one Silk Weaver Elite, but things that have Revolt synergy. Oh, hello. Dovin Baan. Why don't I have any fixing to speak of? Wish I'd taken that Attune with Aether. I think I have to take him. He's very good. What we're giving up here is fairly minimal. Takedown's a good sideboard card, and Thriving Ibex. That's about it. 2-drop wouldn't be bad, but we're going to take Dovin Baan and see if we can find a way to splash him. Okay, we'll take Wisp Weaver here. It's actually good with a bunch of cards in our deck, so we'll take it. Oh, man. Wisp Weaver or Attune with Aether so I can splash Dovin Baan. I think the responsible thing to do is to take Wisp Weaver. Yeah, we'll take her. Oh, good. We got paid off for that. Wow, blue, huh? Healy's Artistry is stupid good. Yeah, we'll take Attune. Ideally, we're not going to play these walkers, or at least one of these, so we need a few more playables. But I think we can splash Dovin Baan already, and if we pick up some more ways of fixing, whether a Prism or another Attune, I'll be pretty happy. I think we probably take Revoke Privileges, just another removal spell. Bunch of removal in a Planeswalker and some flyers isn't a terrible way to win. And that's what we're looking at. Aether Meltdown, huh? Probably take Fragmentize. There's also an Aether Hub, though. Yeah, we're going to take Aether Hub. Helps us splash Dovin Baan even better. And that's important. He is good. Trusty Companion or Eager Construct. Do we have a reason to want artifacts? Not really. I think I'd rather have the Companion then. We could still turn into a black deck. It's worth thinking about. We do lose Attune if we do that, but I don't know. It's worth thinking about. Sky Swirl Harrier, sure. Like, what is green bringing us other than Attune now? Like, green has ended up being a lot less powerful than our black is, honestly. The one thing it's bringing us is the ability to splash, but I think maybe with one Aether Hub and one island, I can get away with splashing Dovin Baan, and then I get to play these powerful black cards. Which does not seem bad. We've got plenty of solid green cards, but nothing incredible. Nothing as good as this now. Like I thought we would. I thought green was open enough, and you know, Attune has been nice, but God, there's another Attune. Okay. All right. We're gonna take the other Attune. Seems like we're locked in now, probably, to being a green-white splash blue for Dovin Baan deck. We can think about splashing black too, I guess. It's unfortunate so many of our black cards like for Perilous Predicament, but I don't think we really need to do that. Yeah, this deck seems pretty solid now. Dovin Baan kind of bailed us out. We picked up a few decent white cards to help us fill out our deck here. Ideally, I wouldn't play Bastion Enforcer, so let's see if we can find something better than that. And ideally, I also wouldn't play Silkweaver Elite, honestly. So a few more playables wouldn't hurt. They would not hurt. Yeah, I'll take Takedown for the sideboard. It's pretty great there. But if I have to play some of these guys, I will. And it's kind of looking like I'll have to. Take a Windrake. I think I'd rather play an Ibex, yeah, than one of these at least. We probably need to run 17 lands in this deck because our curve is a little... Well, we do have 2 Attunes, actually. So we probably can get away with 16. Yeah, I think we can get away with 16. Excuse me. Terror of the Fairgrounds. So, what do we want to do here? Like, I don't think High Spire Infusion is going to be that good in our deck. I think I'd probably do just have to play Bastion Enforcer. We can fit 2 more things into our deck. I mean, main boarded Takedown isn't the worst, but I don't love it. Rather, I think that's better than Aether Inspector. I think we probably do play an Infusion. And I guess 1 Silkweaver Elite and then Aether Hub. Yeah, that'll do it. We'll run one island. Let's... Yeah, the problem is we lose the ability to splash, but I actually want to think about something here, do a little experiment here. So if we take out all the green, which also means we can't play Dovin Baan, which is sad. So take out all the green cards. And we can't play Dovin Baan because we don't have the splash. And then just put in all of these black cards here. Where does that leave us? Yeah, we don't even really have enough playables if we do that. We have to stretch, put in like Reservoir Walkers and stuff. Yeah, I think it's better to do what we were doing with green. Even though we don't have like a ton of green. The ability to splash plus Dovin Baan. And all that is pretty good. So we will keep it. We'll keep it like this. Sort by color. Okay. Definitely have some cards in this deck that I'm not super proud to be playing, like Silkweaver Elite and Aether Herder, but I'll be okay. I think we actually want more forests than it looks like we do because of our 2 Attunes. Yeah. Because if we get an Attune, we can get whatever land we need. So I think we go 7-7-1. All right, well, this is the deck. I will see you guys in the first match. All right. You know, I forgot to make a joke about drafting Aether Hub on the Aether Hub, which is, I think, unforgivable. I just thought about that. This hand is not very good. We have a bunch of lands and 2 cards. One that we can play kind of early, but I think we probably mulligan. We're on the draw. I think we can afford to do it. Okay, I think this is better. See, there's our Aether Hub on the Aether Hub. Missed opportunity. We're going to draw another land. I'd rather draw some more action of some kind, I think. Yeah, I mean, we got Trusty Companion and Thriving Ibex and a removal spell. You know, nothing awesome, but there are worse things. Okay, that makes things a lot better. So we'll go Attune with Aether. Should Should we get our island, or do we want double white more? I mean, I think I'm going to get my island. I kind of already have double white. Yeah, I'll get my island. And I'll end my turn. Puzzle knots, okay. All right. Well, we will play. I should play. Oh, no, I couldn't really play my land. Normally, after I attune, I like to play the land I got so that my opponent has less information about what's in my hand. Like right now, he knows one of the 5 cards in my hand. So next turn, I should play the island if I can. All right. His servo can't attack, so that's good news for us. Wouldn't mind drawing like a 3-drop right here. Oh, can't always get what you want. All right, in my turn there. I don't really want to use revoke privileges in either of these things. I'll just take Welder Automaton if he attacks with it, but, you know, not too concerned about it. Okay, well, that's less than ideal. But luckily, we do have several creatures we can play. I'll probably play my Ibex because it can just block so well right now. It would take some effort on my opponent's part to keep his dudes alive. What else do you have? Yeah. Okay, so Thriving Ibex time. Opponent makes a servo. So we've got revoke privileges for when our opponent plays a huge threat. The thing to keep in mind, though, is as a red-white deck, my opponent may not even have huge threats. His plan may just be to get us low enough on life and then use one way or another of getting in for lethal by making all my creatures unable to block or whatever. So that's something to keep in mind. Ooh, free jam regent. I'm really glad I have revoke privileges in my hand because that would be so bad. So bad. Okay, so I'm going to play revoke privileges. So I hit my opponent for 3 here. He swings back for 4. Doesn't really seem worth it. Does mean I have a 3/5 Ibex who's out of range of Chandra's Revolution. Yeah, okay, maybe that's worth it. Let's do it. Getting out of range of Chandra's Revolution is probably worth it. All right. Come on, Dovin Baan. I need your help. So opponent's going to drop us to 13 here. Right, and then just in their turn. Okay. Do I attack again and then play Aether Herder? I don't think so. I think we need to hang back for a while, make it hard for opponent to attack us. I'm going to play Aether Herder and pass the turn. Our opponent can ping us with Welder Automaton. That may be his plan as to how to kill us right now. The good news is we can actually attack with a Herder and then make a servo who can block effectively right now. So I'll probably attack with my Herder. Oh, God. That's a little bit of a problem. Okay. I think I attack with Aether Herder. I would love if my opponent would kill it here because, I mean, my airdrop aeronauts is going to be good either way, but it would be even better if my opponent killed it. But we'll make the servo and we'll attack with our Herder. Like if he decides to double block somehow, I would be very happy. Darn it. Gaining the life would have been big. But, you know, we'll just play this guy as a 4/3, not gain the life. We want to play our Aether Hub now, here on the Aether Hub. And I have High Spire Infusion so that I can beat a trick if he plays a trick, basically. Okay, I'm going to block. Okay, well, like I said, I can beat a trick if he plays a trick. So knock that guy out of the sky. Opponent does gain a bunch of life, but I feel like we are back in business here. Okay, Bandar's not bad here. I think I attack with my Herder again. And we make another servo. Opponent takes it. And then we'll play our Bandar. I didn't attack with my Aeronauts. Oh, Scrapper Champion. Luckily, my Thriving Ibex is huge and can just trade for it, but still. If I make this a 5/7, Scrapper Champion can't kill it. Interesting. I think that seems worth it. If I draw Renegade Rallier, it's going to be awesome. Aw. I could still draw Renegade Rallier, I guess. We can do it. Come on. Okay, Alley Evasion's not bad because I can at least use it later to gain 5 life in a pinch, if necessary. Or is it trick? I attack with Aether Herder again, and I make another servo. So if he wants to trade his Scrapper Champion for my Aether Herder, I'm okay with it. I think. I could use Alley Evasion to keep my Herder from dying. It doesn't seem terrible. I think we want to bring in our takedown, by the way, between Free Jam Regen and Gira Per Osprey and Aerial Responder. It's going to be pretty good. Now opponent's taking it. All right, we'll end our turn. Yeah, nothing from Scrapper Champion is good news. Okay. I think I attack with my Herder again. He continues to have to lose 2 guys on the field to block him effectively, or Scrapper Champion. And I'm also about to play another Flyer. So maybe I should attack with my... I think I'm going to attack with my Aeronauts too. Maybe I just attack with my Aeronauts. Yeah, let's just attack with my Aeronauts. Opponent's going to take it. And we will play, oh, we should probably leave up real white mana. Yeah. So we don't have to use energy if not necessary, because we might want to use it for something else later. So yeah, we'll play Sky Swirl Harrier, and we'll leave mana up for Alley Evasion, should we need it. While their Automaton pings us. Dawn Feather Eagle. Well, that's a little scary. Makes Scrapper Champion a problem. But I can just throw a servo in front of him. So I don't think this is going to be quite enough to take me down. I can still kill a lot of his creatures in combat. And I will, if he attacks with them all. I'll kill basically all of his best creatures. Okay, if he's just attacking with that, then So he's a 4/4. That means I can use Alley Evasion to still kill it. That is hilarious. Okay, so I guess that's what we do. We could also just trade if we use our Ibex here. All right, but we're going to use Alley Evasion. You just can't kill that Ibex, yeah, so. We took that one. That went pretty well. No Dovin Baan, sadly, but we had lots of other things going on. Our flyers showed up. Yes, take down. We could probably bring it in and cut like our implement. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. The implement does give us another way to trigger Revolt, but we're not like desperate for Revolt. All of our cards with it are fine without it, except for Silkweaver Elite. But gotta play what you gotta play. Well, maybe I should cut Silkweaver Elite, actually. That doesn't sound too bad. Although the Silkweaver Elite can block Ghirapur Osprey, and that's not irrelevant. Yeah, I'll leave it in. Okay, no green, but I think this hand's still a keep. We got lots of green in our deck, so seems like we have a solid chance of drawing it. Well, and there's our Aether Hub. Maybe I'll just draw it every game because this is the Aether Hub. All right, well, we're going to do the same thing. Play Trusty Companion because it can block that. Although, so can our Verdant Automaton. I think I still want to play the Companion. Yeah, we'll play the Companion first. Ooh, yeah, I'll just trade. If he offers the trade, I will take it. No, he did not want to offer it. Okay. We have all of our colors, which is nice. We'll play Verdant Automaton, and we'll end our turn. Opponent may be planning on just shocking our Trusty Companion here and attacking. Okay, so gonna block. Opponent has a trick, maybe? Yeah, well, removal, same thing. That's okay. We're eventually going, I mean, you know, the way the game's going, we haven't taken any damage yet. And our opponent only has a couple cards left in their hand, and we have a lot more action in our hand. So I'm going to play Aether Herder. This time, if he attacks, I think I would just take it. Yep, make a servo. Yeah, if he attacks with the Brazen Scourge, I would just take it. Audacious Infiltrator. That guy. Yeah, we're just going to take it. Okay, Conviction could set up some fun later. But for now, I think I just play Sky Swirl Harrier. Yeah. And in my turn. So Conviction on Aether Herder is pretty good because he can make me servos. He's difficult to block. Yeah, our opponent doesn't even want to attack anymore. I have so much mana right now, although I guess it'd probably be better to hold on to it to use for my Verdant Automaton. I'm going to attack. Am I going to attack? Now that I'm thinking about this, am I? Yes, because then I'll put Conviction on Aether Herder so it can block better. So put Conviction. Let's just use white mana. Conviction. And then we will play Forest. And we can pump our Verdant Automaton at the end of our opponent's turn now. Right, and that's what we'll do. Okay, Thopter Arrest. How much work do you do right now, Thopter? I guess you do a lot. Yeah. So I'm going to play Thopter, get rid of Brazen Scourge. And then I'm going to attack with both of these and make a servo. Right, opponent takes 8. Oh yeah, our opponent saying they had garbage draws. Probably true. I've had my fair share of those. The last 2 drafts I've recorded for my channel have both ended horribly. In part because of aforementioned garbage draws. But yeah, this match went pretty well for us and pretty bad for our opponent. He is flooding out. We're killing him with a mediocre creature like Aether Herder. Good luck, he says. Yeah. Well. All right. Well, we won our first match, so we will now head to the second one. Hello, everyone. We're going to the second match of an Aether Revolt draft. We won our first one. I think this hand is a keep. We do have the dreaded Silkweaver Elite in our hand, and by dreaded, I mean I didn't really want it in my hand. So we do have Alley Evasion, so, you know, value. Yeah, you know, it's probably the worst card in our deck, but we were short on playables, so there it is. Okay, so I think I just grab my island. Chances are we draw the other planes that we need for one of our cards eventually. Less likely we have 2 cards that need 2 planes. Also have an Ether Hub, so I think I'll just take this island because we know we're going to draw another planes most likely, and so we might as well get the island because the chances of us drawing it are lower. Although we could get another Attune, obviously. Okay, well, this is actually going to work out pretty well for Silkweaver Elite. This is like the ideal situation, except it would be more ideal if I was also going to draw a card. Instead, I just play the Elite and I can just block your Osprey. So that's going to be my plan, just to trade. Opponent doesn't want to trade, so like I said, it worked out, surprisingly enough. Propeller Pioneer, I can block you too. Maybe I just need all the Silkweaver Elites. Against white-blue, I guess it's a reasonable card to side in at least. Okay. Well, Ibex or Herder. Both are pretty reasonable. I'm going to play the Herder first, though. And in my turn... So this is another matchup where we probably want takedown. There is Bastion Inventor, who is all big and stuff, and has hexproof. So the removal we have in our hand is relevant. What's not irrelevant is that we can pump one of our creatures. So yeah. So we'll play Scrounging Bandar, and we'll end the turn. So I'll block with Aether Herder and try to use, if he attacks, he may not even attack, and try to use Alley Evasion. Ooh. Yeah, that's a little scary. Okay. So we're probably going to have to put Revoke Privileges on something just so he can't crew that thing. So we're not going to move these around at all, but we have to choose targets anyway. 0 counters. That's how many? Play our own flyer. Seems reasonable to do. Yeah, let's do it. If I'd moved counters, I guess I could have gained life too, but it doesn't really seem worth it. I think we just play a big flyer and pass our turn. Curio Vendor. He can crew the Consulate Dreadnought, but that's actually a race we win right now. So by all means, opponent, crew your Dreadnought. Yeah, I guess. Oh, it's only got crew 6. I guess he didn't have to tap too many of his creatures there. All right, we'll take 7. We'll like it. No, we really won't, though. Scrounging Bandar. What do I do with you? The good news is we can make a servo that'll just block the thing, and I won't really care this turn with the help of our Aether Herder. Conviction, huh? First, I think I'm going to attack with my Aeronauts and my Herder. I can use ally evasion to help my Aeronauts in combat. We're going to make a servo who can just block Consulate Aeronaut. Opponent's just going to take the 7, which seems bold to me. Okay, I think I'm actually going to play my Ibex. Leave up mana for ally evasion. More energy for making servos who can block Consulate Dreadnought all day. Dawn Feather Eagle. That's kind of a problem. I can still kill Propeller Pioneer in combat with my Elite. But the rest of combat's not going to be pretty this turn. No, it is not. Definitely want to bring in Takedown again. All right. Bring the thunder. That's all the thunder, huh? That's all the thunder you're bringing? It's a lot of thunder. I'm going to block and kill Propeller Pioneer and chump block Consulate Dreadnought and take 8, so... Now I'm not taking quite as much, so it doesn't feel quite as bad. So yeah, Silkweaver Elite blocks there. This blocks there. All right. Yeah. Oh, I could have used ally evasion to save my guy. Probably would have been worth it. I think that was a mistake. Okay, so Bandar. Bandar. Yeah, I think I'm going to move one to my Aether Herder. I know it looked like I was thinking the McKindy Aeronauts here, but I think making servos is pretty important right now. And now it can attack pretty well. I may just put Conviction on it. Yeah, I think I have enough ways to... I'm actually not going to put Conviction on it. I'm going to attack with both of these, though. I'm going to make a servo. Does he just take 8 again? If he blocks with the Bastion Inventor, I use ally evasion. And then I put... Okay, he doesn't. We're just going to do the 8. All right, and then we're going to go revoke privileges on Dawn Feather Eagle. And do I put Conviction? Yeah, I think I put Conviction on Thriving Ibex, so yeah. Aether Inspector, huh? It doesn't have flying. I'm not super concerned about it right now. So this turn, my opponent's hand's empty. So I can move the counter here, have this be 5 damage, and then Caught in the Bright Skewer per Osprey and just win. So I think we got there. I think we raced the Dreadnought and won. It does appear that way. No combat. Okay. So, yeah, our opponent's hand's empty. So, like I said, we're going to move Scrounging Bandar token to Airdrop Aeronauts. We could also use ally evasion to do it, I suppose. Hey, man, now we have the free green mana, though. So, yeah, now we're going to just go Caught in the Brights on Gira per Osprey. And attack for 5, yeah. No Dovin Baan yet, but our deck has been pretty good. Better actually than I thought it would be. These top curve flyers have been the champions, really. Although I don't think I've drawn Wisp-Weaver, but these two guys have been very important. And Aether Herder's actually excelled in this deck somehow. It's not a card I'm high on. All right. Well, on to the next one. Oh, actually. Oh, I think I'm too late. I forgot to put Takedown in. Why did I forget Takedown? Would have been nice. There's a game 3 we'll be bringing in Takedown. This is a pretty good hand. Just a little aggressive hand. I think we probably play a guy who's not Hidden Herbalists first. Probably Trusty Companion, because then if... Well, Trusty Companion's going to have a hard time attacking, though. So, but I was going to say probably Trusty Companion, because then I can use... I can get the free green mana, but maybe not. We'll figure it out next turn. When it's time to figure it out. Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. Yeah, I think I am going to play the Companion. That doesn't mean I've used up this white mana, though. And I kind of need double white later. That's kind of a pain, isn't it? Yeah, alright. I'm just going to play the Bandar. I'm not going to feel like comfortable using my energy. Although I have a way to make more energy. I probably should have thought about that. I really should have thought about that. So our opponent can make another servo in response to me attacking, so obviously I'm not going to attack. There's white mana. Alright, so now I will play Trusty Companion. In my turn. Opponent will make a servo. No, okay. Didn't do anything with his mana. Maybe because he's going to improvise something into play. It does seem like a possibility. Right, he's been caught in the brights. But now we can attack with our Bandar, so there's that. Thopter Arrest. Okay, so I'm going to attack with my Bandar and then play Hidden Herbalists. We're not going to be revolting. That's okay, though. Hidden Herbalists it is. We have mana for Wisp-Weaver who can just get rid of this for us, which is probably what we'll do. Okay. I have a High Spire Infusion, so I don't think I want to make Hidden Herbalist any bigger. Yeah, I'm not going to use it yet. I think I'd rather wait till I have an evasive creature like my Wisp-Weaver to just destroy my opponent. So there's a Silkweaver. Yeah, so we're going to attack with both our guys and just use High Spire Infusion to punch through his blocker. Opponent may have, since he wanted this island so bad, he may have he may be able to bounce my creature for 1. Nope, doesn't look like he will. That dies. He takes 2. We play this. I think we play the Silkweaver, even though, again, we're not going to get Revolt going. I can blink it, though, with my Wisp-Weaver next turn if I draw the land. So that's a thing. But we'll just play a 2/2. Opponent has not done a lot yet. I don't know if he's flooding out or what, but... Okay, Propeller Pioneer. It's going to be hard to figure out what the best decision is with what I should blink with my Wisp-Weaver. That's for sure. I could move a counter here. That doesn't seem bad. Since then it can block Propeller Pioneer. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, there we go. Now we're in business. Okay, so we're going to play Dovin Baan. We could draw a card here, but I think the best thing to do is to just shut down this creature. So, and then we can actually attack with Hidden Herbalists without a whole lot of fear. And actually, Silkweaver Elite even. Yeah, let's do that. All right, Dovin Baan. So we could draw cards with Dovin Baan, and I may eventually. But if I can just get to the Anthem, it's basically game over. The Anthem, the emblem. That's the word I'm looking for. It's just game over for our opponent. So aiming for that while also making it so I can attack my opponent more effectively by shutting down one of his blockers or attackers is pretty reasonable. Okay, well, now I think that's definitely what we hit with Wispweaver Angel. He will lose the counter, but we'll draw a card and get rid of Revoke Privileges, so... we're not actually going to move this time. We're just going to leave our Bandar. Let him continue to live. Okay, so we drew that land. I am going to shut down Propeller Pioneer again. And I think I attack with Hidden Herbalists. Yeah, I do. Let's do that before I do anything. Double block it, but that means Dovin Baan is going to have a much harder time dying, so we're okay with that. And then we're going to play Wispweaver Angel. And we're going to blink Silkweaver Elite, which will then draw us a card. Actually, it would have drawn it. We already lost a creature anyway, but we're still going to do it. Yeah. All right, so we draw our extra card. We don't need to use Dovin Baan to draw cards. Wispweaver Angel and Silkweaver Elite do it for us. Whew, that is not cool. The only good news about it is that I have Thopter Arrest to deal with the copy, but my opponent is going to get a ton of value right here. He's going to make a bunch of servos. A bunch of them. What, like 3? No, just 2? I guess just 2. It's not as bad as I expected. Okay, so do I make my Wispweaver bigger? I don't think I do, mostly because I'm going to kill my opponent's Wispweaver. With Thopter Arrest. So, yeah. So we're going to go Thopter Arrest. Get rid of Wispweaver here. Also won't ever come back because it was a token, so bonus. And I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to attack with Wispweaver Angel. And I'm going to play Verdant Automaton. I think I'll hold on to the card in my hand. It doesn't really, I don't gain any advantage by playing it. So my opponent's kind of in like panic mode here because Dovin Baan's going to shut down the game in the near future if he can't find a way to start doing damage to him. Okay, well, I'm not going to do damage to him this turn still, but that decommission gained our opponent some life, which is definitely important. So it may be time to start drawing cards. Nope, Fairgrounds Warden's going to bail us out here. Yeah, so I think we go Fairgrounds Warden, hit this Pioneer. Yeah. All right. Dovin Baan led us to victory finally, and our deck has been quite strong. We've been drawing well, that's for sure. And Dovin Baan there was a beautiful thing. So we're 2-0, trying to go 3-0 and 6-0 even. We haven't lost a game yet, so I'll see you in that next match. All right, going to the final match of an Aether Revolt draft. We are 2-0, going to try to go 3-0, and we would like to play first. This is a reasonable hand. You know, our late drops, not so great, but we have a card that can cycle itself into 2-drop. I mean, our late drops are good, but I'm saying ideally, you know, you want those to be like the 4th and 5th card you draw in a game, like, you know, because you're not going to cast them early. But it is nice to have them, and I just passed my turn without meaning to while talking about that. Should have played my implement. It's not going to make a massive difference, but it'll make a small one. Yeah, we'll play our 2-drop, even though no revolting is going to happen. But we could later find a way to blink him and use the mana. I mean, obviously, though, going airdrop Aeronauts, Wispweaver Angel is way better. Next turn, though, if we don't draw anything we can play our implement and crack it in the same turn and basically won't have made a difference. Now, if we draw a 3-drop, we're going to be annoyed. Pyrohelix, all right. Okay, so we're going to go Implement of Improvement. We could hold on to it so that airdrop Aeronauts gains us life, and that's not the worst plan. But that also means I have to wait till I have 6 mana, so never mind. It isn't a great plan. I'd rather draw a card now. Oh, wish I could play that Renegade Rallier. If I'd waited a turn, I could have gained the 2, drawn the card, and then played Renegade Rallier, which would have been pretty nice. Welder Automaton. Hey, there's Dovin Baan. We can't cast him, but he's there. I think I play Renegade Ralliers. Obviously, I'm not going to get the awesome trigger. If I'd waited a turn, Implement of Improvement could have come back to my hand, but he also doesn't block Welder Automaton especially well, but he gives us something that I can use to get another Revolt trigger on a later turn. All right, Cruel Finality. So much for that plan. Bye-bye, Renegade Rallier. Opponent has all the removal so far. I mean, he's black-red. What do I expect? So we're going to drop back down to 20. Right. We're just going to play the Aeronauts this time. See if our opponent has removal for that, too. If he swings with his Automaton, I just take it. It's not worth blocking and losing my guy over. Yeah, I'm just going to take it. Does he kill this too? Please don't kill him. Good. That is very good news for us because we get to gain the 5 life now. I get to attack for 4 first too. That's pretty solid. So we're going to attack for 4. And then we're going to go Wispweaver Angel. Blink that. Go back up to 23. And we have 8 damage in the air. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, we can't really block the Sailback. And actually, I won't block the Automaton either. My opponent has already sort of forecasted they have a trick in their hand or something like it. So I think we just have to take 7, but it's a race we win for sure. No daring demolition, please. It's harder for us to win the race if our opponent does something like that. Hungry Flames. Ugh. Now it's a lot harder for us to win the race. Do I block Welder Automaton now? He's not attacking anyway. Good news is I do have High Spire Infusion to help me kill Lothnu's Sailback. Bad news is I drew another land. So we're just going to pass the turn. We had so many fun shenanigans that our opponent disrupted with all their silly blocking. I mean, silly kill spells. So I think I'm going to do this. My trick... Well, it can't... It'll at least kill each other if my opponent uses Built to Smash. So let's use High Spire Infusion. Does that happen? Or are you going to be Cruel Finality or something gross. That looks successful. He could still use Cruel Finality, but yeah, so just for Caterpillar Bug. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Well, I think we play it and just end our turn. We can't really, we can't really win this race anymore. Pillar Bug gains him life, so we just have to try to just stop drawing lands, basically. Well, there's also that, so there's like no way for us to win this race at this current moment. Oh, God. You stop drawing things? Oh, yeah. Something mediocre to trade for your Gifted Aetherborn. That's right. All right, we're underturned again. If we ever get to our blue mana, Dovin Baan will be great. Gaining us life, drawing us cards, shutting creatures down. But, yeah. Yeah, Bastion Enforcer will gladly step in front of that. See if the opponent has a trick. He does. Okay. We do not want to draw another land right now. Not at all. Even an island wouldn't be great right now. Okay, well, we got an island, basically. We're going to go attune with Ether. We're going to grab an island. I guess it's okay, actually, because what I'll do is play Dovin Baan, and I'll shut down the Aetherborn. Then, if he wants to attack with these two, they have to die. So I think that works out okay. He will get in for some damage against Dovin Baan, but he'll lose a creature in the process. I mean, he may have a way to kill Dovin Baan anyway. We'll just have to see. Oh, right. He can kill Dovin Baan that way if he has to. Yeah, he can kill Dovin Baan this turn now. But he does have to go all out on attacking Dovin Baan. So that's the... Does my opponent do that? No. Interesting. He has 8 mana, so we can kill him pretty easily. Ooh, Sky Swirl Harrier is going to help. Yeah, he can kill him by my next upkeep. I think I make him do that, though. I think I make him tap all of his mana to do that. And in the meantime, shut down Gifted Aetherborn. And I think I attack with Wispweaver Angel. And then play Sky Swirl Harrier. And then we end our turn. So opponent can go do 2 to Dovin Baan at the end of your turn, and then do 2 to Dovin Baan on my turn. He can also just throw both of his creatures at Dovin Baan and kill it that way too. I think what I did is fine because I at least shut down Gifted Aetherborn for a couple turns. My opponent's going to have to use a lot of mana to kill Dovin Baan. So both of these things, all of these things are good news. We haven't actually drawn any of our removal. So we're trying to buy time to do that. Ouch. Okay. All right. Bye-bye, Dovin Baan. Goodbye to you. Didn't do a whole lot in this game other than force my opponent to play differently than he would have otherwise, I guess, basically. I mean, for example, he used Daring Demolition on a strictly worse creature in Sky Swirl Harrier, just so he could kill Dovin Baan here. If I were him, I might have just paid the 4 to kill... I don't know. It's hard to say. This Aetherborn's a huge problem, though, so we don't want to draw land. Okay. Doesn't do a whole lot of good, but... Because this Aetherborn still has Death Touch, but if we ever draw a creature, another creature with Revolt, although I think we basically played them all. Renegade Rallier. Mikindi, Airshop Aeronauts. Yeah, we've played them all. But Gifted Aetherborn can attack, and he will, and I'll take it. There we go. Fairgrounds Warden will eat Gifted Aetherborn. I still can't really attack, but my opponent can unfortunately also pressure me with Welder Automaton. So we're in a really bad place because my opponent can just kill me slowly with Welder Automaton, and I'm unable to attack because he can hit me so hard with Mobile Garrison. So next thing we need to do is get rid of Welder Automaton. Get all that mana for Welder Automaton. It's gross. All right. Ouch. Okay. We're not quite dead. I think we basically have one more turn to try to find a way to kill the automaton or gain some life or something. What's sad is we have gained 5 life in this game. So, yeah. Okay, we actually have 2 more turns. What do you got? Ooh. Not so good. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Drops us to 4, drops us to 3, and then on his turn he can drop me to 1. So, yeah. Gotta find it now. Had my Warden, but what do we have? Not gonna do it. All right. Well, we finally lost a match. I mean, a game. We haven't lost the match yet. Did Takedown seem very good? Not really. Wish I had some artifact hate in this sideboard. I really don't have anything that can deal with that freaking 2-1 who slowly killed us. I mean, I guess it makes life gain moderately better, but not enough better. I would like to play first. This is a removal heavy hand. I only got 2 lands. I think I have to send it back. It's not a terrible hand. If I were on the draw, I'd think about keeping it, but I'm not. All right, I actually like this one a little more. I'm going to put Conviction on the bottom. I'd rather draw... like a lot of other things in Conviction. Conviction would be nice with the Aeronauts, I guess, but so is Scrounging Bandar, so. Augmenting Automaton, okay. He's got both of the automatons in his colors, all right, so Bandar. Would I have rather drawn Conviction than Silkweaver Elite? I don't know, maybe. It's like one of the few cards in the deck. I would have rather had a land. I just take this. Now, with Silkweaver Elite in play, I probably would just block it. He didn't crack that right away, which is... I guess, you know, he may as well wait till the end of my turn and make it seem like he has shock or something. I'm going to attack. If I can get him to use shock now, I get to draw a card off of my elite, which isn't too terrible. All right, yeah, we're just going to play the elite now. And in the turn... Wow, that's pretty good. Might have to Thopter arrest that guy. We're not going to move any counters just yet. What do we draw? Revoke privileges. Yeah, I think I use Thopter arrest on Chief of the Foundry. Get him out of here. That also lets me swing with both of my creatures. Also makes it harder for my opponent to improvise, which is fairly likely they were trying to do right there, since they've been leaving their implement in play unnecessarily. We do really need more lands. We do at least have ways of shutting down most creatures. Like if he plays the big giant here, we can stop it. We can stop that. We can stop it all. So this turn, we're going to be able to put one of our auras on Gifted Aetherborn and then attack with both of these again. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid. No thanks. Not actually going to move anything. Right, I don't mind seeing that land because we're getting closer to being able to play Airdrop Aeronauts. I think I'm going to play Caught in the Brights on Gifted Aetherborn. And we're going to attack with these guys again. They're going to continue their onslaught. Blocking. Do you have a trick? Trick's going to hurt. Yeah, he has a trick. All right. A little less than ideal to lose my Bandar, since I was planning on using it to trigger Revolt or make my Airdrop Aeronauts bigger. Get out of range of that Hungry Flames we know our opponent has. Here comes Fenhauler. His privileges will be revoked. Yeah, his privileges will be revoked. And we're going to attack for 2. The Silkweaver Elite is doing work. But yeah, it does suck to lose a Bandar before you got to put its +1/+1 counters anywhere. My opponent still hasn't cracked their implement, which is a little concerning. It makes me think, okay, there he goes. I was going to say, makes me think he's still got action in his hand if he can just be sitting there without using it. Do I play my Flyer or my Aether Herder first? Well, doesn't matter. So we're going to tune, we're going to grab our island, and then we're going to play Aether Herder. We got our Dovin Baan mana too, which is very good. Dovin Baan can just completely shut down Augmenting Automaton. Can't use its activated abilities, gets -3/-0 anyway, so I would like for my Herder to be able to attack once. Can we make that happen? Or do you have one of your legion of removal spells? Of course, I say that, and in this game I've played Caught in the Brights, Revoke Privileges, and Thopter Arrest, so what can you do? Mobile Garrison makes it a lot harder for me to attack. Is it worth attacking and losing my Herder, getting a servo out of the deal to gain 5 life? I don't think it is. I think the Herder is very relevant, so I'm just going to play the Aeronauts. And in my turn, yeah, that Bandar would be so good right now. Don't tell me you have Hungry Flames. No, just Aether Torch Renegade. Luckily, I don't have a ton of X1s in this deck. I have that going for me. I'm surprised I didn't draw one after I said that. Okay, so we're going to attack. Drop our opponent to 6. And we're going to play Verdant Automaton. We're also finally going to empty our hand out because we want to be able to pump that Automaton. Okay. He can use this plus Shock to kill my Aeronauts, though. Don't like that a whole lot. Pyrohelix plus that'll do it too. Sigh. Yep. And we can't attack for a while. Actually, we can attack with our herder this. Oh no, we can't. Mobile Garrison. What am I talking about? Yeah, we can't attack. Stupid Mobile Garrison. We're just gonna have to pump our Verdant Automaton to massive size. Oh, you have another removal spell for that in response? That is heartbreaking. Okay. All right. We were on the cusp of victory there and got it taken away. No land. Interesting. I attack. Because if he just takes it, he's dead. And if he doesn't just take it, I can kill his creature. So High Spire Infusion has been really good in this deck. Between my creatures with energy and it's the boost it's been giving me. It's definitely the best I've ever had it perform in this format. Yeah. We're going to kill that garrison and then things are going to get interesting. More energy, too. Kapow. He can kill my servo with Aether Torch Renegade, it's worth noting, but he only has 2 more energy left, so it's not the end of the world if he does. So he has 8 mana, which means he can make his dude a 5/5. So we have no good attacks, basically, except that we just drew Fairgrounds Warden, which is messed up. I apologize, opponent. That was a pretty good draw. Goodbye, Augmenting Automaton. I'm actually less concerned about Aether Torch Renegade than I am the Automaton. And I just attack with everything. He can block and kill Silkweaver Elite or a servo, but I'm going to have another servo, and he takes 3 in the process if that's what he does. So, and we're going pretty wide against a guy who only has 1 blocker right now. Really? I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you're going to take down the servo too. You prevent the most damage that way, so you can draw your way out of it a little easier. More cards can save you when you're at 4 than they can when you're at 2. But we still have more energy for another servo, and our opponent has no blockers, so yeah. All right, on to game 3. Our last game of this draft. Hopefully we can finish it with a win. Again, we don't really have much in the way of a sideboard, so I don't know why I keep looking. Oh, we take down. Is that in my last match that I was supposed to bring it in? Yes, I think it was, and I never did. I haven't seen a ton of flyers in this match. Yeah, we'll just roll with this. It's been overperforming, I think, but that's okay. It's good to be on the good side of luck sometimes. Yeah, definitely mulliganing. That is a bad hand. Opponent mulligan too, at least. All right, this one's pretty good. Anytime you have a tune with Ether, hands become way more keepable. What do we have on top of our library? Do I want to draw a plains? Not so much. I mean, I'll draw one anyway. I might use a tune with Ether to get a plains. I probably will, actually. I'll have tons of energy for Ether Hub, so I can use it for blue later. Let's see what I draw first. We drew a plains anyway, so now I guess I get an island. Island. Aether Poisoner. That is not what I needed. We'll play this island. Aether Poisoner is very good. Helps our opponent with all their improvising that we know they're going to do. We've already seen it. Good news is our opponent's not in blue, so their improvised creatures do not have hexproof, which is not fun. Okay, Chief of the freaking Foundry, really? Why you gotta do that? I'm gonna play Bastion Enforcer. I mean, I really need to get rid of that Chief of the Foundry. We did in the other game, and that's one of the major reasons we managed to win, is that we got rid of the freaking thing. Can't do anything too fancy with Hidden Herbalists right now. I don't have any good blocks if my opponent attacks. I would just take 3. I don't really want to give up my amazing Bastion Enforcer. Oh. I should have just cited out all of my X2s. Because my opponent has tons of removal spells that kill creatures with 2 toughness or less. Thriving Ibex will hopefully be a little hardier here. Alright. Some more energy. But we're just going to play Thriving Ibex. It's going to be a little harder to kill, although not that much harder. Because our opponent could just use another Cruel Finality or a Shock or whatever to get through it. He has Daring Demolition, so even worse. Alright. So we take 5 again. We are not doing well here. Okay. What's more worth playing right now? I think Hidden Herbalists. I'll block Aether Poisoner with it. Take another 4. Also means later I can potentially get it back with Renegade Rallier, but there may not be later the way this game's been going. Daring Demolition. Oh, God. Our opponent has so much removal that kills X2s. I really should have sided out. The problem is I didn't have much in my sideboard that I could bring in. Wah, wah. We're not quite dead, but pretty freaking close. So we'll play Trusty Companion now, because it can block and kill Chief of the Foundry. We'll go to 1 if that happens. And I don't really think we have a way out. We don't have a way of triggering Revolt. Yeah, this last game has been a beating. Just been pushed onto our back foot the whole game. Just play removal and kill me. That's what you're gonna do. That is what you're gonna do. What took you so long? Our opponent had so much removal. Oh my god. That was disgusting. I guess that's what we did to him in the last game, where we just drew all of our removal. But alright, well, we finished 2-1. We got to have some Dovin Baan shenanigans, and the deck was pretty fun in general. So thanks for watching. If you want to make sure you catch more of my drafts, you can subscribe here to the Aether Hub, where you can also find a lot of other great Magic content. You can also check out my channel, NizzahonMagic, where I also post a draft every single week. Thanks for watching.